Great new day to all my self-care family and friends. Welcome back to the Room2Breathe Podcast. I'm your host, Life Coach 614, and I am so glad that you are here with us today. Now, before we jump into today's soul-shifting episode, do me a favor. If you're vibing with this movement, be sure to tap the screen, like, comment, and share this with someone who needs it. Your support helps us keep growing this healing space, reaching more beautiful souls just like you. And if we're not connected yet, go ahead and hit that follow button and subscribe to our channel so that way you never miss a single moment of what's coming next in your healing journey. I want to also personally invite you to visit our virtual sanctuary at theselfcareclub.org. Whether you're rocking our affirmative apparel, journaling with our free resources, or just exploring what self love looks like in real time, know this. Everything we offer is rooted in healing, growth, and the belief that you deserve to be whole. So take a deep breath with me. Inhale possibility, exhale pressure, and know that you are safe here. You are seen here, and most importantly, you are respected here. Now, today's episode may seem like a deep one. We're going to dive into a word that has been echoing through the generations: respect. But this time, we're not just going to sing the chorus, we're going to live the lesson. Now, I know we all know the anthem, from this bold and beautiful demand that the Queen of Soul gave us: R.E.S.P.E.C.T. Find out what it means to me. But what if I told you that respect is more than a demand from others? It's a daily devotion to yourself. Let's go beyond the beat. Okay, let's break down the word piece by piece to explore how respect becomes a sacred roadmap to radical self care and healing. So let's start with the R. R is for recognize your worth. Let me ask you something and be honest. When was the last time you looked at yourself and said, I matter? Not just because what you do for others, not because how much you've survived over the years, but simply because you're you. I feel like too often we wait for someone else to validate us. We're waiting for a job, a partner, a like on social media, right? We become collectors of outside approval, starving on the inside because we forgot how to approve ourselves. Recognizing your worth is about coming back home to your identity before the world tried to shrink you. It's the moment that you realize I matter, that my feelings are valid, right? The moment that you remember I'm not broken, I'm becoming. I'm not too much. I've just been existing in the wrong room. That my value isn't up for negotiation. It's encoded in my existence. And real talk, you don't have to prove your worth. You just have to protect it. I tell you guys all the time that your worth was established at birth. So there's nothing that no man, woman, or anything in between can do to change that. Your worth was established at birth. So I need for you to recognize your worth and to walk in it. Now let's jump into the E. E stands for establish boundaries. And let's be real, this one can be hard, okay? Especially for those of us who were taught that love equals sacrifice. But let me tell you something, and this is something sacred. Boundaries are love in action, okay? They are a mirror that says, I know what I deserve. They are a gate that says, only energy aligned with peace and respect can enter here. And they are a reminder that for ourselves, actually, that, our time, our heart, and our presence is not just a free for all. We weren't created to be for the streets. We're not for everybody. And so when you don't set boundaries, you bleed for people who wouldn't even offer you a band-aid. Boundaries say this is where I end and where you begin. See, I've gone about as far as I can take you. So this is where I stop and you start. They say, I can love you without losing me. And, here's the gem. When you start setting boundaries, your peace increases, your relationships deepen and get stronger. The people who are really meant for you, they don't just respect the boundary, they actually appreciate it. So don't be afraid to set your boundaries. Again, the boundaries are for you. And so when you have people who mind them and people who are upset and frustrated, it's because they don't respect you. It's because they like the version of you that gives and gives and gives because they have nothing to give back. So they just want you to keep giving, keep pouring on them, keep showing up for them because they have no intention on doing the same for you. So set your boundaries. Let them know this is where I stop. This is where you'll have to start to take over. Now, the S in respect is for speak kindly to yourself. You guys have to understand that self talk is the soundtrack for your soul. It's the sweetest thing you'll ever hear. You can do all the self care routines in the world. I'm talking about all the massages, the smoothies, the spa days. But if you're mentally tearing yourself down every chance you get, baby, that's not self care. That's self sabotage in disguise. You've got to ask yourself, would I talk to my best friend the way that I talk to myself? Would I call them lazy? Would I say they're ugly? Would I tell them they're not enough or that they're too much? Of course not, because you wouldn't have a friend, right? So, why do you say it to yourself? Speaking kindly means rewriting the script, replacing the damn, I messed up again with I'm learning as I go. Swapping out phrases like I hate my body with I'm grateful for the body that allows me this experience. Shifting your mindset from the I'm not there yet to I'm on the way. And this is beautiful, right? Learning to love ourselves. Let your voice become your safest space, not a battlefield. You don't have to fight it. Now, we jump to the P. The P in respect is for prioritize rest and recovery. Prioritize rest and recovery. We have to begin to dismantle this hustle lie right now, right? There's this lie about hustling that, we tend to think that being busy equals fulfillment, but it's not the same. What up, butterfly? Being busy is not the same as being fulfilled. Some of us were raised in survival mode and taught to wear burnout like a badge of honor. But I need for you to hear me. Rest is a revolutionary act in a culture that profits off of your depletion. Many of you don't even know the world that we live in is profiting off of you running on E. The medical industry is growing, right? The more that we wear ourselves down and tear ourselves down, the more society profits. The world profits off of us because now we're sick, so we need medicine. we need medical attention, right? The more that they beat us down and wear us down, the more we'll need them, the more we'll have to rely on them. But us choosing to rest, that's us taking our power back. That's us leading the revolution. And, society will convince you that you're lazy, right? That you're falling behind. But I want to tell you that you're not lazy for taking a nap. You are not behind for slowing down. You are wise. You are reclaiming the rhythm of your nervous system. You are honoring your divine design. Recovery doesn't just mean sleep, okay? It also means restoration. Soulful, sacred, intentional restoration. And, that might just simply look like a quiet morning with your journal. It might look like you taking a digital detox or canceling plans because your spirit said not today. So let yourself heal loudly by resting unapologetically. Welcome in, Keon. All right, y'all. So again, for those of you who just entered, we are breaking down the word respect and true respect as it pertains to our healing. So we made it through the R.E.S.P. We are now jumping into the second E for embrace your emotions. I'm going to tell you something that no one else ever tells you. You are allowed to feel everything. You are allowed to feel everything. See, over the years, we've been taught to perform emotional perfection. Smile through the pain. Stay strong. Keep it cute. But listen, you cannot heal what you cannot feel. You cannot heal what you pretend doesn't hurt. Embracing your emotions means you're creating space for the full spectrum of humanity, of your humanity. Grief, joy, rage, peace, confusion, hope, right? It's all sacred. It's all data. It's all part of our growth. So when you begin to suppress your feelings, they don't disappear. They just get stored in your body, stored in your relationships, stored in your decisions. Quite frankly, that's why many of us don't have healthy relationships in our adult lives because we've stored away all of this trauma, all of this hurt, all of this pain, all of our truth. We've hidden them so deep that now that we're adults and we're trying to navigate through life, we have all of these emotions pent up that we cannot process because at this point we don't even recognize them ourselves. And so now all of this stuff is beginning to spill over into your relationships and your friendships and your companionships at work. You've got to begin to unpack. You have to begin to feel it. Welcome in, D. You got to write it. You got to cry it. You got to dance it. You got to pray it. You got to scream it if you need to. Emotion are simply energy in motion. It's meant to move. You were never meant to trap your emotion. Because again, emotion is energy in motion. It is supposed to move. Welcome in, bro. I see you, brother. And so every time you allow yourself to feel without shame, you break generational patterns of silence and suppression. So I need for you to begin to feel so that you can heal. And I'm really truly wanting all men to hear this because I know men growing up, you guys are taught to be tough, be strong. Boys don't cry. It's a lie. They lied to you. They set you up for failure. So, Kings, I want you to understand I need you to begin to feel so that you can heal. Okay? Embrace your emotions. And women, it's no different with us, right? Especially Black women. We are taught we got to be strong. We got to be the men and the women, honey. Right? We got to take it on. Single mothers, you got to be the mama and the daddy. Right? So many things over the years that we have been bred to think that we have to take all of this on and we cannot show emotions. It's a lie. It's all a lie, you guys. I need for you to begin to feel so that you can heal. Let's jump into the C. C stands for choose yourself daily. See, self care is not something that you squeeze in between your obligations. That's the mistake that most of us make. We wait for self care Saturday or a self care Sunday. If I can fit it in. Most of the time, when I ask my new clients, well, what does your self care look like? And they're like, oh, well, I haven't really had too much time for it lately. You wonder why you're struggling, right? Self care isn't something you fit in when you have time. Self care is a daily choice, a practice of returning to yourself over and over and over again. Choosing yourself daily means that you're checking in every single morning with the question, what does love look like for me today? Some days, choosing yourself means eating well. Other days, choosing yourself might mean observing your silence. Sometimes it means walking away from the familiar that is no longer aligned with you. And I will tell you that choosing yourself isn't always comfortable. Not gonna lie. It's not always comfortable. I tell you all the time, healing is not for the weak. It's a struggle over here. But it's the kind of struggle that gets you out of your darkness. It's the best kind of struggle, if I'm being real, right? It's always powerful because every day that you wake up and you choose to honor your needs, you're rewriting the script of your life. You become the author, not the audience. You stop waiting for the rescue and you start walking in your responsibility. You discover your purpose and you truly begin walking in it. Now that leads us to the T in respect. The T stands for take intentional action. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is key. Welcome in, misunderstood. Knowledge is beautiful, but it's not transformation until you put it in practice. See, many of you know everything, yet you do nothing. What good is having the knowledge if you don't apply it? It's like going to school, getting a degree, and never using it. What was the reason? What was the point of it all? So, knowledge is not transformational until you put it to use. I need for you to ask yourself, what does healing require from me today? Where do I need to take a step, even if it's a small one? Maybe it's a call, maybe it's you calling a coach. Maybe it's you starting therapy. Maybe it's you simply picking up the phone to have that hard conversation. Maybe it's walking away from a toxic friendship or relationship, or simply walking towards something new. Intentional action is where your self worth becomes a part of your standard. It's where your boundaries are enforced, not just envisioned. See, many of you see your boundaries, but you don't enforce them. And so, this is the stage where your words match your walk. It's where the things that we talk about and the actions that we take begin to align. That's where you walk it like you talk it. And it's where you stop surviving and you start soaring. You start excelling. So again, family, that's what respect means to me. All those years ago, Aretha asked us, R.E.S.P.E.C.T. And she said, find out what it means to me, right? So for me, respect means recognizing my worth, establishing boundaries, speaking kindly to myself, prioritizing rest and recovery, embracing my emotions, choosing myself daily, and taking intentional action. It's not just a word. Respect is a way of life. It's a sacred practice of remembering who you are, whose you are, reclaiming what you deserve, and rising up into your fullness. So today, I dare you. Don't just demand respect. I want you to demonstrate it by how you care for yourself, how you show up for you. I want you to show the world how you love you, how you need to be loved. And when the world tries to tell you otherwise, I simply want you to say R.E.S.P.E.C.T. Find out what it means to me. Now, if today's episode spoke to you, I want you to go ahead and throw some green hearts in the chat. And be sure to share this message with someone who needs it. Let them know that they're not alone. Please take a moment to head over to our website at theselfcareclub.org to grab some tools, to get your affirmational apparel, and to explore our other resources built just for your healing journey. Thank you, love. Now, until next time, I'm your host, Life Coach 614, reminding you to take a breath, take a moment for you, and at the end of the day, take care of you. We'll see you on the next episode of the Room to Breathe podcast. I pray that each and every one of you have an amazing day on purpose, filled with nothing but purpose. And remember, don't be afraid to take some space and make some room for you to breathe. Thank you.